much for tuning in to P2P Relates, where we talk about all things relationships. I'm Pat Renfro, and today I want to come at you with a subject that many of us can benefit from: how to maintain joy. I do get compliments quite often about how I have such an upbeat, positive attitude. And I think it's come from being very effective in fighting the good fight of faith, saying, you know what, there's some goals that I want to accomplish, there's some dreams that I want to fulfill, but yet they're not coming to pass like I thought they would. Ever experience that? You know, life can give you a bunch of disappointments. I've talked about it in my previous videos, but what's important is your attitude. They say your attitude determines your latitude. And sometimes if we're not careful, we will think that because what we've tried to do didn't manifest yet, we wasted our time and we failed. Truth have it, you've never failed until you quit. Now, the only quit that you should consider is that sometimes you just might not be going down the right track. And it takes trials and errors to figure out, is this the right road? Is this the right strategy? Is this the right? It takes time. It takes time. It takes getting feedback from people, being in a community of people. Those are things that takes time to do. So don't give up. Decide that you are going to prevail. Decide that you can do it no matter what. And go for the gusto. I mean, go for it. Because if you really did some research and you looked at people who are very successful, it looks like they just popped out of the box. It looks like they were lucky or timing met opportunity. But really, it was a journey. They started from nothing and not knowing, not necessarily believing, to a decision of belief, and then catapulting into whatever it was with a lot of challenges that they had to constantly overcome, which obviously they did, because now you see the success and you think, wow, they sure were lucky. I sure wish that were me. I'm telling you, it's not a wish that makes you successful. It's believing you can. I'm telling you, joy is power. If you can believe that you can, it's going to make all the difference. I'm just going to give you 5 ways to keep that joy intact. Rejoice anyhow. We have hopes and dreams and goals. We have assumptions that we make. And we are expecting things to happen a certain kind of way. And expectation is a really good thing. So to have hope and to have joy through dreams and believing that, ooh, this is going to happen, makes a big difference. But the truth is, life happens. And sometimes it happens in a way that we'll never predict. So just rejoice anyway. Because if you're down in the dumps and you really get low and you just really get stuck on what should have been, what could have been, what you thought it was going to be, you lose your joy. So want to maintain that joy, just rejoice anyway. Be grateful, number 2. And maybe even form a group of people where you all text every day and just say what you're grateful for. I'm telling you what, it's a powerful, powerful piece. I would love to tell you that I came up with it, but I participate in a group with people who do it. It's important because, again, life is full of surprises. It's full of disappointments. It's full of things that are out of your control. And if you're not careful, you will look at those things that made you feel not so good, and you will focus on that, and you'll miss all the blessing that is right around you. So if you want to keep your joy intact, be a part of a grateful group. Be grateful, and then find a group or form a group where you can text the things that you're grateful for that day or for the previous day. Number 3, recognize all the misfortunes around you. There are plenty of things happening every day, unfortunately, every moment, and you would be well able to say how grateful you were that they didn't happen to you. Think about all the near misses. Think about the almost accidents. Think about the almost went down the garbage disposal. the hand that got almost slammed in the door, or the key that got left almost in the door. I mean, whatever you need to do, figure out what you are missing in calamities, because that'll keep you in check. That'll help you keep your joy. Could be worse, always could be worse. Number 4 is probably the most heavy, challenging thing for you to do. And it will require, if you're diligent, a little bit of homework. But pursue your purpose in life. We all were born on this earth with a purpose. And if you work really hard, pray, seek people to get their feedback about what do they see in you as a gift, and you write down the commonalities that you gather from the many people that know you well, and you think about what you love to do and what you find yourself doing when you're not even thinking about it, that has something to do with what you were sent here to do. That has something to do with the gifts and talents that have been planted in you. And if you would take your time to focus on pursuing and accomplishing your purpose and being grateful for all the opportunities around you to do that purpose, and rejoicing even when it's a rough day or your goal didn't get accomplished, you would keep your joy intact. I promise you. And the 5th one, believe you can, believe you will, and then focus on the hope of it. Many times we look at other people and they seem to have all the breaks. They seem to have all the success. And we wonder, dang, when's my turn coming? Golly, can't we get enough of this to go around? But if you will just focus on hope and believe that this thing that you are so passionate about can actually happen, joy, 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 unspeakable joy and full of glory, it is coming your way like a fire hose. Hit the subscribe button, tap the bell so that when I do weekly uploads, which I always do, you can get notified. Pass this on to someone to help them have some joy. And I'll see you next week. All right. Bye.